So this is Jenny on the right and this is Linda on the left, and they're doing a walk around the Norfolk coast. And so what's your plans today?
Well, we've walked from Wells at the moment,
Yes.
and we're walking to Cley today, and we're just looking for a nice pub to have a shandy in at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think I've just mentioned there's
Yeah.
one about 300 yards over
Yeah.
my shoulder, so
That's
it should
right.
be okay there.
Yeah.
So is this kind of coastal path walking, have you been doing this kind of thing for long?
Only about 2 hours.
I was thinking more like years, actually. You're experienced walkers, obviously.
We walk a fair bit.
We walk a bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we do. We've done from Sunny Honey
Yes.
to Wells
Right.
over a few weekends ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now we're heading towards Blakeney and then Cley.
Yes.
And then tomorrow we're doing Cley to Cromer.
Right.
And-
So this is obviously one of your favourite coasts then?
Oh, it's
Fabulous,
lovely. It's
yeah.
just lovely. I can't think why everybody says it's boring in Norfolk, because I think it's just beautiful here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
really lovely.
Well, I think every county's got its own
It has,
particular
definitely.
sort of thing, hasn't
And
And
it?
the
Yeah.
birds and everything. The last time we came was when we heard all the cuckoos, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
And we were lucky enough to see a cameraman, a photographer, who was very keen, and he showed us a really good close-up of a cuckoo, which I've never actually seen before.
Wow.
So that was really nice.
Yeah.
That was a good experience. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But we hope to do the coast-to-coast one.
We're hoping to
later,
do the
start
coast to
later this
coast.
year.
We're going
Right.
to start it
From
in
the west
hopefully
side.
September, October.
Yes.
But it might take us 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's the one that runs to. Let me just think, Robin Hood's Bay, and
Yes.
it
Yeah,
starts
that's
in
right.
Westmoreland. Well,
Yes,
Cumberland.
yes,
yes.
it does. St Bees,
Left
is
to
it?
right,
Bees,
St.
St
Bees.
Bees, I
St.
think.
Bees,
Yes,
that's it,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, well, I walked past St Bees in the early days of
You've
this
done
walk.
that already.
How long have you
yeah.
been walking then?
15 months now.
Have you really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I've got my camper van with me, so what I do is I drive from A to B with a van, leave
Right.
the van, then
Right.
get
That's
a bus
fantastic.
back to A and then walk, and
Yeah.
it's by far the cheapest and easiest way of doing
Yeah,
it.
fabulous.
And
Yeah.
I've got right around the coast by doing
That
that.
is a
yeah.
fabulous
Yeah.
thing to do.
And I walked right through the winter as well, through Cornwall, which was the perfect time to do it because you'd never do it during the summer.
No,
Too
no.
crowded. Are you doing it for a charity?
Yes, I'm doing it for Brain Cancer Research Fund. My
okay.
wife got a tumour.
Yeah.
She's had it removed successfully.
Oh, that's
that's
good.
fantastic.
That
That's
was,
brilliant.
It was only 2-3 months ago,
Yeah.
and she's recovering very nicely, slowly but nicely. You know, she's
Yeah.
That's good.
she's fine, and so
Oh, well,
I think
all
those
the best to
surgeons
you
and,
then.
and the
Yeah.
fund deserve some money. So
Yeah, they do.
I've given you those cards, and if,
You
if you
have.
do want to donate, there's details on there.
Yeah, we do that.
But it's been very nice meeting you, ladies.
Thank
I
you
can
very
see
much.
that you're
Nice to
gagging
meet
for
you.
it.
We are. We're raring to
Ready
go
for
to the
our
pub now, you see.
shandy,
Yeah, off you
yeah.
go then. That's
And all
right.
the
All right.
Lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to
All the
meet
best
you.
to both
Bye.
of you.
Well, I'm around about 3 or 4 miles from Wells now, and I've been walking along here, and bumped into Caroline, who was walking in the opposite direction, and she was going along at a real pace. He was almost jogging there, Caroline. Do you always walk this quickly?
It's because it's flat, and I'm used to big hills because I'm from Holmfirth in West Yorkshire.
Yes.
And usually all my walks are up very big hills.
Yes.
So I think that's the reason I need to slow down because I'm in Norfolk.
Well, yes. I mean, I wondered about this. But I mean, I've just walked right around England and Wales on the coastline, and I mean, some of those really exhausting stretches. I was rather looking forward to getting to this because coming to the end of the walk where it's flatter, you know, rather than doing it the other way around. On saying that, I'm going to Scotland at the end of July, and that'll start that ball rolling
Sure.
again. But this is, for it being flat, people say, oh, it's flat and boring, it's a bit mundane, but I think it's quite nice actually.
It's really nice, I think, because you've got all the marshland and the wildlife, but you've also got such lovely villages along the way.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think it's beautiful.
They take care of them really well, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, I like these pebbles and stones and stuff.
I do. The flint villages, it's just beautiful.
They look great,
cobbles.
you know, and I imagine all those years ago, I mean, most of these houses must be about, a lot of them 100 years or more, but even the new houses now they're building with the same, or well in keeping. It's not like it's not like a modern estate, is it? It's like something well preserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do take notice of those things. But well, look, I'll let you get on. I mean, now you're facing the wind, and I've got it behind me, but it started off as an awful morning.
It did.
And you know, it's forecast a really nice day for tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, well, I'm going to brave my shorts tomorrow. I didn't dare this morning, so that my bag will be waiting for me in my tent because I'm glamping.
Oh,
so
really?
my bag and my tent's getting moved along for me each day, which is fabulous.
Right.
So I'll brave the shorts tomorrow because I think we're in for a scorcher.
Absolutely.
So I'll be reaching sort of more towards Sheringham and Cromer by then, so and you'll be further on past Wells and I guess towards Hunstanton after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to reach Hunstanton by tomorrow afternoon.
Right, fabulous.
And then King's Lynn the day after.
Wow.
And I've got some friends who said they're going to accommodate me for the weekend, which is just a little bit further south of that, down on Market.
Oh yeah.
And they sound like very nice. I've not met them. I've met loads of people by them writing to me
amazing.
and saying come and stay with us. And people have come to walk with me and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's been lovely.
That's fantastic.
And you know, it's a really nice site full of lovely people, and it's great to, at the end of a day's walk, to go in and sit down and just watch all the messages, and you get some fantastic messages.
I bet. Well, I'll definitely have a look and wish you all the best.
Well, you'll be welcome to join me.
So,
it's been very nice to meet you, Carla.
Thank you. Yeah, take care.
So, may I ask, are you walking on your own? You're doing this on your own?
I am. Yeah.
Wow, that's it's a pity you wasn't going that way.
So, I know, absolutely. So, another story. You know, I'm single because, as well as the story that I've told you about my son, I left his dad because he's an alcoholic. So that's the reason that that's another story, another day, Jim.
Oh, I know. Well, keep in touch, Caroline. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, and you take care.
Good morning. I can't talk too loud because it's only 6:30 in the morning and I'm walking down the street towards the beach, if that's the right word to use, and I'm here in Wells. That's Wells in Norfolk. And you can hear what's going on here. You can hear the blackbirds and the seagulls and all that kind of stuff. And it really is an absolutely gorgeous morning, and it's forecast to go up to 30 degrees by the end of the day, which is why I've set off so early this morning, apart from the fact that I've got quite a long way to walk today to make it to Hunstanton. And this is
Simon.
Simon, sorry, I've got a very short. Let me start again. Well, this is Ant and this is Simon. And I'll start with you first, Simon. You're all kitted out and you've got your sticks and all that kind of stuff. Are you in for a big walk today?
We are heading round from Hunstanton,
Yes.
all the way round to Stiffkey today,
Yes.
and then from Stiffkey onwards to Cromer tomorrow.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So over the weekend, Hunstanton to Cromer.
So you're putting some big days in then?
Yep, starting nice and early.
Yep.
This is now our lunchtime, it's coming
Yep.
up to midday now.
Yeah,
so we're stopping for, we've just stopped for a bit of lunch at Deepdale,
Yes.
and now we'll be heading round to, round towards Stiffkey
Right.
this evening.
Oh, well, that's great. That's
Yeah.
lovely. I mean, Sheringham and Cromer, I mean, are the sort of jewels of the crown, really.
Beautiful.
I found Wells like most unusual, where it's like a town. But
It's an old fishing town that's caught into the
sea's
tourist
gone.
trade.
You know, it's
so
all
quite
of
a way
this.
out.
It's completely and utterly changed the whole complexion of the.
It's all salt marsh here, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
And then, we'll be heading and making the most of the dunes at Holcombe,
yes,
and Holcombe's beautiful beach and woodland there.
yes.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic
And
place.
hopefully
isn't it?
get some shade as well.
Yes.
Hopefully get some shade.
Well, I think I've got to say that this is without a doubt the best day we've had. I mean, it reminds me of last summer when I was walking along the Lancashire coast, where it was like these temperatures at this time.
Yeah.
In those boiling heat.
Yeah. I mean, it was, as you remember, last summer was just unbelievable, and I couldn't have picked a better time to do it. I went
Yeah.
from Carlisle to Anglesey and around Anglesey in 7 weeks, and I never saw a
Wow.
drop of rain.
Really?
And every day it was over 20.
It was unbroken sun.
Yeah.
This area, this time last year, was all brown everywhere.
Yes.
Straw coloured.
Yes.
And
yeah.
of course, then all the fire bands came in, and,
Yes.
and it was so just
Yeah.
So
unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So where are you lads from then?
Well, I'm from Hunstanton,
Yes.
so I'm local,
I'm from
and you're
Heacham.
from just the next village.
Next village. in
Oh well, that's excellent. Well, have a great day, lads.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure meeting you,
And
it's
likewise.
nice to see some younger guys out here and looking all fit.
You've
and
got to make the
relaxed.
most of it. A
Of course you
gorgeous day like this, gorgeous area.
Absolutely.
You're a fool not to, really. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So where are you now headed then?
I'm heading for Hunstanton now. I've just looked. I reckon it's going to take me about another 2.5 hours. I started at Wells this
Yeah.
morning at about 7 o'clock, something like that.
Try and beat the heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I've talked to quite a number of people on the way, and so you know, I probably average doing about 2 miles an hour with the talking and the
Right.
videoing and
Stopping to make videos.
yeah, and all
Yeah,
the rest of
absolutely.
it. But it's well worthwhile. It's a wonderful kind of log, you know, for the rest of my life, and
That's
when
how I
when
see it as well. Something for my children to see.
Yeah.
Something for
Children,
you know.
Yeah,
It's something for them to aspire to, and,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
hopefully they'll catch the bug at some point as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully they wanted to come on this walk, and I'm like, no,
yeah,
not at the moment.
yeah. That's right.
Well, they've got to
Yeah.
get their own hammocks first.
Absolutely.
So we're hammock campers.
Right.
So we'll be utilising some trees and woodland to
Yes.
stay the night.
Find a beautiful spot,
And could I ask you if you could just move back slightly
Yeah.
again, because you've gone into the wind. That's it. But no, sorry, it's interesting what you were saying there, where I started making this initially as for my grandkids.
Yeah.
You know, my grandson's really interested in this walk that I'm doing and stuff, and he wants to. He said to me once, he says, "I'm going to do this walk one day." He says, "And you know, I've got it. I can watch on video." He says, "But I'm not going to call it the Coastal Path Walk." He says, "I'm going to call it Grandad's Way,"
oh, that's nice, isn't it?
which was lovely.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and he's doing a lot of walking and running.
Yeah.
He's a he's a bit of a keep fit lad, and he's only nearly 11. But
Right.
you know, he's a good walker already. you know.
Fantastic. That's it. Get it in them. Young.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, lads. Lovely
You
to
have
meet
a good day.
Yeah, the
Good
same
luck
to
with
you.
the rest of your journey.
Cheers.
And
have a good one, mate.
You take
Have a
care.
good- Thank you very much.
Thanks for chatting.
Well, it's just after 3:30 and I'm still on the A149 as you can hear, and this is Jake and Ollie. And Jake prefers to do all the talking because Ollie's a bit shy, and a lot of people, don't worry about that, Ollie, a lot of people are like that, so don't worry. So where are you two guys off to then, Jake? What's the plan?
Well, we're going to head to Wells today to
Yes.
camp tonight, and then we'll finish up in Sheringham, Cromer
Yes.
in a couple of days' time.
Yeah.
So just a weekend trip.
Oh well, that's good. I mean, so you're going to be doing the miles then, aren't you? You know, it's how many miles would that be? About 50?
It's a bit less, about 40. Yeah, 40 over the 3 days. So it's a bit of a walk.
Well, you couldn't have picked better weather. I mean, if not a bit too warm, really.
Yeah.
But yesterday was different. Was you walking yesterday?
No, today's
Oh,
the first day, so we've been lucky,
right.
but had to lather the sun cream on.
Yes, I would say so. I mean, yesterday it was the wind immediately behind me, but it was really strong.
Really?
You couldn't really talk to anybody. And what I've done to make it interesting for the viewers is, rather than just walk along the shingle beaches and all, you know, through all that, I've varied it where I've come on and then off and then on again and everything, because it can be a bit mundane and boring, can't it? You know, so a bit of variety just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
So where are you lads from?
I'm from South London,
Yes.
so sort of Clapham area.
Yes.
And Ollie's from Oxford.
Yeah.
Right, from where, sorry?
Sorry?
Where are you from?
Oxford.
Oxford?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a long way from. Oh, no, I've never come across anybody from Oxford. I mean, you know, you must have some nice walking around that area, but
It's a pretty part of the world.
it
yeah.
is a very nice. I mean,
It's quite
Oxford City is a wonderful place, isn't it? You know,
Got the spires.
it's got what?
Spires.
Spires, yeah.
Dreaming spires.
Well, whatever turns you on, isn't it? Really, but you know, I mean, it's a big attraction, Oxford, isn't it? You know, you get a lot of the foreign visitors. Well, look, it's been very, very, very nice to meet you guys, and I wish you
pleasure.
every success. And you've got a card. Keep in touch.
Will do.
And you'll see yourself on YouTube tomorrow.
Brilliant.
All right.
Look forward to it.
Very nice to meet you,
Thank you,
lads.
take
And
care.
spread the word for me if you
Will
will.
do.
Thank you very much indeed.
Jim's Coastal Path Walk.
Yes.
Will do.
And if you go onto YouTube, would you subscribe, please? That would be very nice.
Can do.
Thank you very much indeed.
Brilliant.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
lovely to meet you. Bye now.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's 4 o'clock now, and I'm still on the move, still doing all right. Don't worry. It's hot. There's no doubt about that. I mean, having experienced Bulgarian weather for 8 years, where it used to have temperatures like this in sort of May and April and what have you. So I got used to this. I like this kind of temperature. But then again, I wasn't walking in it like I am now. But I'm doing fine. I'm quite accustomed to it, really. I've just walked through the wonderful village of Thornham. Never seen so many top quality eating houses. They seem to really go for them in a big way. Oh, there's a seat here. I'll sit down just for a few minutes, because the sun's turned round, where it's been on my back all day. It's in my face now, and so therefore I can feel the wind a little bit more as well, because that's changed direction. And I'm wearing this hat. I mean, it's only a cheap one, but at least it keeps the sun off my head. And I've met some wonderful people today. I'm going back onto the coast now. I think you've seen enough of the roads and the restaurants and the churches and all that kind of stuff. I've tried to give it some kind of variety, because you would really have been bored to death if I'd have just stuck strictly to the coastal path, and I think it's interesting to show a bit of a variety. Plus the fact you get an opportunity to meet all these people who are not necessarily walkers, like as an example the guy in the hotel, Andy from Australia. What a fantastic bloke he is. Lovely. So I'm going back now onto the coast, and by the time I get to the end of this road, which this is going to probably add 1.5 miles onto the walk, but at this time of night it doesn't really matter that much. But we will actually be able to see the sea for the first time, instead of all of these salt flats and mud flats and shingle beaches and sand dunes and all that. Will actually be strictly against the water. And I think at this point we're around about maybe 3 miles from Hunstanton or thereabouts, so that should only take me an hour, by which time it's going to be 5 o'clock. It'll take me, I don't know how long to get back on the bus, depending on the times, and then I'll be driving back down here again later on when I get back to Wells, pick up the van, bring it back, and spend the night somewhere in Hunstanton. and I don't know where yet. I think it'd be impossible to get a campsite on a Saturday night, and I'd be probably too late to try anyway. So I don't mind that. I'll get myself some cans and I might have a walk to a pub or something. I've certainly spoken to a lot of people today, and all wonderful people, really nice people, and this is what this walk's all about, meeting all these wonderful people and seeing all these wonderful places and making a vlog for all you wonderful people. Well, this is Karen and Jackie, and we've been walking together for about, what, a mile, would you say? Something like that?
Yeah, about 50 minutes now.
And we're splitting up now because I'm going to the left and they're going to the right, and they're going to go and lay on the beach, and they've got a big picnic with them and all the rest of it. And I've got to try and get to Hunstanton. I'm not that far off now. And it's been lovely meeting you, ladies. You're smashing girls, aren't you?
It's been lovely meeting you, listening to all your adventures.
Yes,
and,
it's
been
very
great fun.
Really interesting talking to you.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
you're from Letchworth, that's right, isn't it? Is that
Letchworth, you're Biggleswade, aren't you?
Biggleswade, well, it's all roughly the
Very
same area,
similar,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so you're just off the A1, of course, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah, so it's lovely to meet you and have a good time. I've given you a card. Keep in touch. It'd be nice to hear from
We
you.
will. We'll check out your video.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
smashing. And
How much further have you got to go on your
on this?
on your whole walk?
Oh, about 1,500 miles altogether.
1,500 miles,
I've got to
wow.
get back to Grimsby, and then I've got to cover. Sorry, I always get a dribbly nose. Then I've got to cover all of Scotland, right around the Scottish coastal path.
I'm quite envious in a way.
So, well,
Yeah, well, there you go, Karen. Get going. What's stopping you?
My businesses, I suppose.
yeah. Well, it's something that I really want to do. I've made a start, and I'm a very determined person. I always sort of find a way of doing things, and having told you my life story, you probably understand that really.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely,
just full of
yes.
adventure. I always have been.
Yeah.
It's got me into a lot of trouble in the past, and
Yeah.
I've had some terrific experiences. But that's me.
It's made you the character you are, Jim.
Well, exactly. I suppose I've always been like this.
So when are we going to be on YouTube?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. We
Yeah.
can have a look when we get home. Can't
Well,
we?
if not tomorrow, Monday, because
Tomorrow,
I've got
Monday.
to edit all this, and I've still got yesterday's to do. And
Okay.
it depends how far I get tonight,
Okay.
and I might go and stay with some friends tomorrow. I've got one or two decisions to make.
Okay.
They live up Market. They live just the other side of Kingsley. I can never remember.
Market Harbour, is it?
No, it's Downham Market, which is
Downham
about
Market.
10 miles from Kingsley. All right, nice to meet you.
Nice
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you
Best
too,
of
Jim.
luck
Good luck
with
with it all.
everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Brilliant.
6:30 now, and I'm at the bus stop, about a mile and a half from Hunstanton. Instead of walking direct to here before I came off the main road before, that's the A149, I decided to go around onto the coast path, onto the coast, and have a look at the beaches and see the sea that we haven't seen all day. Close up the sea. I don't mean all the shingle and all that stuff. And it took far longer than I thought. It got far hotter than I thought, and I got a lot more tired than I thought I would. So I called in to a pub, the White Horse, which is in this village called Holme, which is not far from Hunstanton, and asked for a bus timetable or a taxi or something, some way of me getting back to Wells. And they said, well, if you get a shift on go now, you'll catch the 6:38. I've just arrived here. And it's 6:31, so that's a bit skin of your teeth, isn't it? So for all of you who's hoping to see something of Hunstanton, fear not, because I'll be carrying on from here, this very point, tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, it depends on how I feel in the morning. It's been a long day. It's 6 o'clock now. I started at 7 o'clock this morning, so it's been a 13-hour walk, simply because I've enjoyed it so much. I've been talking to so many wonderful, interesting people. I've been taking it very easy because it's been red hot, and it's been a great day. But it's just a pity that this last sort of half an hour has gone a bit wrong. But the important thing is the 6:38 bus is the last bus. If I'd have missed that, it would have probably meant something like a 50 quid taxi all the way back to Wells. So I'm very pleased to be here. So that's it for now. Oh God, don't know how to get myself in a mess at times. It's been a brilliant day, but you know, this is cutting it very, very fine. And I've done this before, and I'm sure I'll do it again. But it's been a lovely day, and I'll see you the next time. Okay. Bye now. Bye.